Yeah, that body's a blessing, girl. I ain't tryna pressure her, but she messed with the temperature. Heart wrote the song, but I am the messenger.
Hey, what's going on, folks? My name is Geezin, and you are watching Geez 954. So here we are, folks, back again. If you guys didn't know, patch 1.30 was released on March 26th, and with it came a whole bunch of character balances, tweaks, nerfs, buffs, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you haven't seen it, excuse me, you can go back to my previous video where I break down the full patch details. But if you're here for Voldo specifically, then you done came to the right place. So in this video, we're going to go over all the new things that Voldo can and or can't do. But before we get started, I also do want to mention that there were a couple of things that I did miss to touch on in my previous video talking about the patch, so I'm going to talk about those real fast. Battle stages. The stages in Soul Calibur 6 were made larger on the whole than the previous entries in the series to account for the increased movement speed of the characters. However, because more characters have combos that are able to push the opponents back at great distance, adjustments were made to each character's moves in version 1.10 and 1.11 to reduce the frequency of getting knocked out of the ring, which I proved that that's still the case in one of my other videos. Make sure you check that out. In version 1.30, we've made further adjustments to decrease the frequency of ring outs, but rather than focus on adjustments to character moves, we increased the size of two stages to make them easier to play on. And those two are Master Swordsman Cave and Zero Horizon Sunken Desert Ruins. They increased the size of the stage. One of them is the stage that we're on now, which for you guys who play Soul Calibur, if you play against a Nightmare, Siegfried, Astaroth, this stage is a fucking nightmare. But they said they increased the size of the stage, so that's good. Next, we got battle camera angles. In Soul Calibur 6, the focus distance on the camera is set to change depending on the size of the character, but in certain cases, this results in smaller characters getting cut off. So we limited the zoom distance. Also, when a character approaches the edge of the stage, the camera will detect the possibility of a ring out and zoom out to a more elevated position to make it easier for the player to see their surroundings. However, this large change in camera angle sometimes results in motions of some moves becoming difficult to see, and we're currently investigating methods to alleviate that issue in a future patch. So they tried to patch camera angles and ended up making another problem that they're going to patch later. And the gist of that little tidbit was limited the range of camera zooms depending on character size. Alright, now this was for all characters that I'm about to talk with right now, real quick. Large scale adjustments were made to the character balance in 1.10 and 1.11. So in version 1.30, we wanted to focus more on the behavior adjustments. However, we did make balance adjustments and in some cases added commands to characters whose soul gauge usage favored either critical edges or soul charges more heavily, making their soul gauges easier to use in a greater number of situations. We took a look at AB, the break attack command shared by all characters. For those characters whose AB technique was harder to use than other characters, whether due to attack range or startup, we either improved their properties of the AB technique or made it possible to use other break attacks in order to better level the playing field. In addition to these changes, we made further adjustments to character affected by the adjustments in version 1.10 and 1.11, including making rarely used moves easier to use, as well as adding new commands, etc. We hope these changes will make the game more enjoyable for all. So basically, that's talking about for every character, your little break attack, which is your AB, they basically made it easier to use and more viable to use against reversal edges. That's the gist of that. So here we go. The reason why you guys is here. Voldo. Let's get to it. Excuse me. Playing as Voldo involves choosing when to face forward or backwards, or when to use Mantis Crawl, depending on the optimum strategy and distance for fighting the opponent. In version 1.10 and 1.11, we primarily made adjustments to Mantis Crawl. So in 1.30, we focused on strengthening his forward-facing stance and on adding new commands, further increasing his strategic options. When an opponent tries to fight at close range, Voldo can take control of the battle by either using his down down or up up K, which is just his like that or that, which boasts a wide range, or his right there, his AB, which can lead to follow-up hit when it lands on a counter hit. For opponents who keep their guard up, he can deplete their stamina guard using attacks like the up K, the dash up K right there, or during Callisto Rush K when using ABA. You can now choose whether to return to facing forward or backwards depending on the third input, which can be used strategically in combos and opens up ways for a more varied assault. So let's get through what all that means. Okay, new commands have been added. ABA and ABA held. Previously, ABA would return you to an away facing position, but in order to give players more strategic alternatives to vary up their attack patterns, we made ABA, which will return you to a front facing position, and ABA held, which will return you to the facing away position. Change the hit behavior for both commands when the last hit lands as a normal hit. So that means before the patch, regular ABA used to put you in the blind stance with your back facing to him. So now it returns you back to forward facing. So if you still want to do the back facing command where it leaves your back face, just hold A on the last command as such. And that leaves you in the blind stance like how it usually was. So that gives you some options right there for, to mix up your opponent, get in their head. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, let's go. While crouching, diagonal down K. Added a command to shift to Callisto Rush after the attack. This was done to increase the number of attack patterns available when facing forward. I don't see it. I don't even see what they're talking about with that one. Oh, crouching, duh. Okay, there we go. I'm an idiot. Okay, so that gives you another option to get into your Callisto Rush, which basically just gives him more options to attack. I like it. So if you didn't get that, it's crouching, hold that, and you can go into your Callisto Rush. Pretty nice. Alright, fixed an issue in which when Voldo deflected and attacked with his away-facing guard impact, the opponent was able to use a reversal edge more quickly. They're talking about his guard impact when facing away. That one right there, they're saying that people were able to get reversal edges off more quickly, but now they done fixed that, so that's not an issue anymore. Alright, facing away, his BBB combo. You can now press G during the motion of facing away BB to cancel and stored input for the third hit. So for you guys who are new to Voldo, his BBB is his automatic, right there, his automatic reversal thing that I hate and I wish they would have got rid of. So they're saying that you can now cancel the third hit by pressing guard, which you can. Third hit still comes out, but it is no longer a guard break. That is pretty good. Or actually, wait a minute. I was it. Okay, there we go. All right, so that adds a whole bunch of options. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's keep on going. Forward AA fixed an issue in which special inputs would cause the character to become slow. I don't think I've ever had that. I don't think I've ever had that problem, but that's that command right there. Sped that up so you're not slow. After reversal edge hits A, fixed an issue which under certain conditions the character would become further away from the opponent than usual and the attack would not connect. So the A for reversal edge fixed the issue where you were too far away. I guess that's happened to me a couple of times. I'm glad to see that they have addressed that. So that's good. Okay. Enlarge the hitbox and adjust tracking in order to reduce instances in which the attack would miss at close range. They're talking about your right there, your diagonal down A and your down BB. I've never had a problem with either one of them missing that close range. So I don't know what they're talking about. All right. Your forward AB held. The following changes were made to stabilize the move as a follow-up attack after a guard crush. Increase the move's forward movement, reduce the distance between the character and the opponent when this move hits. So they're talking about that right there. Personally, the only time that I use that move is after a guard, after a lethal hit, when you are in Mantis Crawl feet first and you press B. That's a good follow-up for your forward AB held. Other than that, I don't really use it that much, but it's good to know that they've addressed the issue with distance on that one. Alright, next we got forward K. The following adjustments were made to make the move easier to use as a poke or a punishment. They sped up the attack startup, enlarged the attacker's lower hitbox, increased the attack movement speed so it's easier to land as a punish. But if the attack misses, it will leave you open. I never use that move, but it said it's got a better startup. It tracks better, and it also tracks better for a lower hitbox. So maybe we can start using that in some combos. We'll see. All right. Next we got forward down K. Or diagonal down K, rather, sorry. Reduce the opening after the attack by 6 frames. Decrease the length of stun inflicted upon hit or guard by 2 frames. Overall, the balance between the difference in stun has been improved. So that's that one right there. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Next we got forward AB. Reduce the time after the attack by 6 frames. Okay, so that's basically that move, making that one faster. Decrease the length of the stun inflicted when guarded by 2 frames. Overall, the balance between the difference in stun has been improved. Change the hit animation when the move lands as a counter hit, enabling you to follow up an attack. However, scaling was added to the move's combo damage. I don't like that. So it sounds like they done made that move to where it does less damage, but you're able to get more moves off of it. Okay. Now we've got K during Callisto Rush. Enhances the move's move level. Remember in my previous video when we're talking about move levels being weak, middle, or strong. And also this increases the amount of the enemy's guard stamina the move reduces, and also makes it more effective to continue an attack when Mantis Crawl Assault. I've already thought that K during what Callisto Rush does. Seems pretty much the same to me. Cause you still can't combo off a B with it until you wait for a second. You can still get the A off it if you time it right. I don't know about that one. Alright, let's move along. Alright, and lastly, we've got the 8-way run for K. Adjusted the animation to fix an issue in which the kick registered as a hit before reaching the opponent, resulting in an imbalance between the difference in stun. Quickening the timing at which the jump is registered. Adjusted the move's tracking in order to reduce instances in which the attack would miss at close range. Reduced an opening after the attack by 6 frames. Added scaling to the move's combo damage. Who gets a combo? Oh, I guess you could, rather. Yeah, they increased that so you can more reliably get a combo damage after your 8-way run K. So that was basically it for Voldo. Looking at his move list now, I'm seeing that they kept good to their word, and most of his stuff were most of his new inputs and other various inputs were more stabilized to make him more reliable when standing up, so you don't have to rely too much on your Mantis Crawl, which is your bread and butter, and gave you more ways to attack using Callisto Rush and other attacks. So as a Voldo main, I give it a thumbs up. It gets a seal of approval from me. So that is basically it for this video. We're gonna end it right here. Give a thumbs up and post in the comments if you're happy about these Voldo changes, if you're happy about the changes to reversal edge and guard impact. Just let me know what you guys think. Me personally, I'm thinking this is a step in the right direction, and I'm happy for it. And it comes at a time when a new character, Amy, is coming out too. So good job, Bandai, good job, keep up the good work. But I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably be a breakdown of how to use Voldo after this patch, or maybe an Amy video. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.